Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Blade versus Focus. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. Focus has spawned as the yellow orc over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Blade has spawned as the blue human over here on the bottom left. Human versus orc in this 1v1 matchup, and I am expecting to see, well, Archmage, Spellbreakers, Sorceresses going up against a Raider army with some Spirit Walkers. That just seems to be the strategy that is so common. I read patch 1.30 carefully, and in my opinion, versus human, he will be must-have if undead wants to go destroyers. Yeah, the Dreadlord is gonna be a proper counter to flying machines. Flying machines costing a little bit more. You're not going to be able to mass them up nearly as much, but at the same time, they thank you, Fat Pumpkin, for the subscription. At the same time, they have more hit points and they deal more damage. So yeah, a Dreadlord is going to be incredibly important, and not only incredibly important, he's also going to be incredibly important that you level him up, especially with the additional hit points that those flying machines are going to get. I believe the Dreadlord also has a maximum damage that you can deal with that Carrion Swarm. I'll have to double check the patch notes. I believe it has been raised just to specifically try and counter those flying machines. Now, we are looking at a game where Focus is going for the Farseer. So Farseer first in this matchup, going up against an Archmage. The battle of two intelligence heroes, and we'll see how all of this is going to unfold. Right now, Blade has not yet built his his third farm, so he's going to be sitting at 24/24 supply, and I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Perhaps he's going to try and go for a very fast tech to tier 2, and we'll see how that unravels. Meanwhile, Archmage is going to be picking up some gloves of haste, some nice items there, and now switching targets once again. Only one footman following as the second footman now coming back from the other side. Farseer with Spirit Wolves will be able to run on inside here. Scout Tower is going to be significantly delayed, and this is going to be problems. Blade was probably not expecting this level of harassment this quickly, as we now see a very fast opening from Focus. Focus did not go for a Voodoo Lounge, delayed his second Orc Burrow, and is now, I believe that was a delay on the second Orc Burrow, and getting up the third Orc Burrow as well. So this is going to be a very fast tech to tier 2. All right, Spirit Wolves going to go ahead and take down two peasants already. There goes one. Another one could get taken down. That's going to cause problems. Another delay there. You do not want to be feeding your opponent experience. Meanwhile, back at the other side, Orc Burrow is currently getting repaired. As you see, another guy should be jumping on inside here to try and fight back against that footman. Farseer looking to fight, looking to get that killing blow there. Let's see if it's going to be enough. There it goes. Beautiful micro by Focus to unburrow those burrows to get the killing blow with that Farseer. Farseer, 130 experience compared to the Archmage, who is sitting at 144, but the Farseer hasn't done any creeping yet. All of that experience from footmen and peasants. Nightcrawler gonna get taken down. Archmage will get to level 3 if he gets one more kill here. Grunt, are we gonna see a 3 units around? Let's take a look at it. 4 units around does show up. Spirit Wolves are now joining in on the fight. Is gonna be able to finish off that footman. One more shot there. Is he gonna be able to chase it down? That footman down to 2 hit points, as the Spirit Wolves are still doing a little bit of chasing. All right, let's take a look. What is the cost going to be? It looks as though that footman does get taken down. So does this one. So 2 footmen for 1 grunt. A good trade by Focus, as Blade now retreating once more. Tech to tier 2 about to be completed. Tech to tier 2 just started not too long ago, as we are now getting up that lumber mill. Farseer needs to back away. I don't see a Voodoo Lounge as of yet. Tauren Chieftain gonna be that second hero as well. A little bit of damage coming in from that water elemental, not going to amount to much. Peons should be able to repair that, but that is still a little bit of lost resources. Meanwhile, back at the other side, footmen gathering up at the north side for no real reason, as the Archmage is far too low on hit points. it looks like the Farseer wants to put pressure, but if he's not careful, especially with the Tauren Chieftain making its way out here in just a moment, he could end up setting himself even further behind. Also, you saw Focus setting up another bestiary off over here. That's going to be taking a little bit of damage. As you can take a look, that Water Elemental, where is it going? Trying to take down this Orc Burrow, when it could perhaps be going after a more precious target, the Spirit Lodge or something else indeed. You can take a look at Farseer trying to get the killing blow again. There it is, all of the Orc Burrows unloading once again. Archmage still doing a bit of chasing. Meanwhile, Footman back off to the north. A little bit of split action by Blade. It doesn't look like he's getting very far with any of that though, as the Spirit Lodge and the Bestiary are still not yet done. Town Hall about to be completed, and we should be looking perhaps at a tavern hero to try and make up a little bit of lost ground. It could be the Beastmaster or a Naga Sea Witch. Both of those could apply a lot of pressure here. There's the Archmage dropping a Water Elemental and now trying to get away. Beastmaster should be dropping some Quail Beast in order to add in some of that extra damage again. Blade gonna go ahead and run back away off to the north here for Spirit Wolves. Well, deciding to break the chase as the Archmage has still suffered far too much damage, and without Arcane Sanctums for Priest or an Arcane Vault, that damage is just sitting on that Archmage, and a low hit point Archmage just kind of freezes the human unit or the human army from really trying to engage or do anything. All right, well, you can go to sleep after this if you are so way past your bedtime. Anyways, Archmage making its way back down. Beastmaster making its way back over again. Militia. Rock Golem. I'm going to go ahead and clear things out here in just a moment. Need to take down that Mud Golem. Mud Golem does slow all of those units, making it difficult to try and fight back and engage Militia. Have joined in on the fight. Arcane Sanctums. And, well, Priest should be joining on in here in just a moment. Definitely helping out as Scourge Bone chimes. A useful item here, as there are so many Militia and Footmen joining in on the fight. Is the Beastmaster finally going to pick it up? He's walking around everything to go ahead and pick that up right there. Forest Troll Berserker also added in here. Tome of Intelligence. Archmage should perhaps be picking that up, as the Archmage is still sitting at level 2. Beastmaster decides to pick it up instead. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2. Alright, Farseer sitting at 2. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2. Going up against a level 2 Archmage and a level 1 Beastmaster. Beastmaster getting a little bit of extra hit points off of that Vampiric Aura. And the Priest offering a bit of, well, health regeneration as well. Hawk now up in the air to keep track of where the opposing army is. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain with a Potion of Greater Mana should be able to let loose a lot of shockwaves, as the Farseer is just sitting at level 2 as well. If this is some sort of chain wave strategy, chain lightning plus shockwave, that could be extremely beneficial. Meanwhile, that Grunt has also taken a lot of damage, and with no healing salves on the Tauren Chieftain, the Farseer will have to come back over and, well, heal back up all of those units here. Tauren Chieftain is sitting at 255 mana. He probably wants a Tome of Intelligence. As we're taking a look back down across the other side, Beastmaster finally at 2. Archmage is at 3 as well. Overall population supply, let's take a look. 44 over 48 compared to 43 over 50. Very, very close indeed, as the Militia now being used to call over and push back this army here. Archmage making its way over. The Hawk just keeping good tabs of the army, making it difficult. The Farseer just wants to try and disrupt some of the healing and does a good job going after the 2 low hit point Grunts, stopping their healing at 316 hit points and what 400? How long you typically stream? Couple of hours? No. Do you think anyone can talk like this for more than an hour, hour and a half? That is absolutely crazy, as the Tauren Chieftain throws down a shockwave and now backs up again. Thank you, Greeting Gorat. Raiders, Grunts now going to go ahead and try to engage Tauren Chieftain. There goes a shockwave. There's the chain lightning, and there's a bunch of scared Militia now running for the hills. Chain wave is the strategy. Farseer wants to get level 3. Scroll of Speed now being used. Tauren Chieftain, what is going on here? Well, there's a disenchant, as all those units are now looking to back off to the north. Farseer needs some more mana. Peons being brought over for Spirit Link, most likely. Tauren Chieftain wants to get up to 100 mana. Will throw down a shockwave. Shockwave and then use that potion of greater mana. As you can take a look, the Farseer is also getting a little bit more as well. There's the Scroll of the Beast. He is actually committing to this fight as the Tauren Chieftain, well, some of those units are going to be backing off. Tauren Chieftain is sitting at level 3, waiting desperately for that extra bit of mana. He does have that mana. Is he going to throw down the Shockwave here to try and hit across multiple units? No, he is not. Sitting at 110 mana right now. All right, Tauren Chieftain has to be careful of any sort of Spellbreaker attack or anything that drops his mana just a little bit more. Let's take a look. Tauren Chieftain now heading back off to the north here as you see a Voodoo Lounge being constructed. The Farseer with mana alongside that Tauren Chieftain is incredibly scary as the units are now in full retreat again. All right, there you go. Beastmaster going to force an engagement. There's the Shockwave coming across. Scroll of Healing on the Tauren Chieftain. Now needs to back up here. Forest Troll Berserker trying to finish that off. As you can take a look, Scroll of Healing could get transferred back over to the Farseer. Grunt could get taken down. There's level 3 on the Farseer. Farseer could come across with a level 2 Chain Lightning to add in more damage. Another Scroll of Healing was used as Spirit Link getting crossed across multiple units. Farseer low on mana. Tauren Chieftain used another Shockwave, I believe, as he is now out of mana after 2 Shockwaves right there. Kodo Beast continuing this pressure here. Spellbreakers, I believe, stole all of the Scroll of the Beast as the Peon now looking to back up again. Thank you, Lane, for tuning in. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what's going on here. Tauren Chieftain, Clarity Potion. Farseer, no Clarity Potion being used, even though he's just sitting on one right now. Big battle, and really not much happened. A lot of pressure, no heroes lost. Overall supply counts pretty much held steady. 48 supply compared to 44 supply. Focus spending a lot more items on, or a lot more gold on items, as the Tauren Chieftain could get to level 4. And once you get level 2 Endurance Aura, the Orc army just seems to have more bounce in their step. Spirit Walkers, and plenty of them out onto the field. They do clear up these heavy armor units rather fast, but against all of these Spellbreakers, I believe Blade is actually going to have the advantage. Once the Spellbreakers finish off the Spirit Walkers, well, they'll be in a better spot, and I believe Raiders and their siege attack actually deals less damage to medium armor, unless I'm forgetting my armor types, which, you know, can't blame me. It has been, well, no, you can blame me. I'm a caster for WarCraft 3. I should really be studying things up a little bit more. Anyways, Ogre Lord looking to engage here. Archmage sitting at level 3 will get to level 4 off of this creep camp. Big item was dropped. It is a Wand of the Wind. Powerful consumable item, but the Spirit Walkers will disenchant all of that in just a matter of seconds. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain gets up to level 4, also has a Wand of the Wind. Gonna try and go after all of these units now. Has War 3 been in 130? Nope, this is still 129, at least for now, as things are going to be transitioning over. Unholy Aura, in addition to Endurance Aura, those Tauren Chieftain and all of these units are just moving at a crazy speed now. You can take a look, yeah, even the Spirit Walkers are moving at a very fast speed. Slow is going to be absolutely necessary, but may not do very much, as the Farseer is sitting at level 3, almost level 4. Ogre Magi gonna get taken down. Beastmaster gets to level 4. Where is the Archmage? Archmage perhaps bringing some gifts. Yes, a Scroll of Healing being brought off to the north here. Let's take a look. Claws of Attack +6, unable to be picked up, as, well, you can see that Beastmaster a little bit full on items. Farseer may say, you know what, thank you for the item. No, Farseer not going for the item. There's the Chain Lightning, there's the Shockwave. As you see, a Tome of Retraining. Archmage all of a sudden getting a bunch of damage across multiple units there. Scroll of Speed now being used to try and pick things off. You see a big Shockwave going across multiple units once more as the Tauren Chieftain tries to hit that back line. Another Chain Lightning being used. Spirit Walker is going to go ahead and engage. As you see the Thunderhawk now in the air. Tauren Chieftain looking to get out of dodge and able to teleport out with that Scroll of Town Portal. Meanwhile, the Claws of Attack +6 not getting picked up, as it is forgotten by Blade. Farseer, Tauren Chieftain need to heal back up. No easy way to heal a large number of units for Orc, and this is where Orc really suffers. As soon as you're trying to use Spirit Link to spread across all of that damage, Blizzard already spreads across all of that damage, so all of a sudden all of your units are in danger of dying at the same time. Farseer in that front spot, Swirl of Speed being used again. Cyclone picking up units, quickly getting disenchanted. Swirl of Speed still going after all of those units. Invisibility onto the Archmage. Archmage, Shockwave onto the Archmage. Archmage is going to get picked up. No, quickly gets canceled there. There's the Ensnare. Archmage could be in trouble. Swirl of Town Portal quickly used as the Farseer ends up falling right before the Swirl of Town Portal escapes with the remaining units. Kodo Beast does have a Spellbreaker in the belly, but that is just a consolation prize to the loss of a level 4 Farseer. Farseer now heading back out. Let's see where that's going to be going next. Meanwhile, Spirit Walkers, Kodo Beast still wandering around here. Supply count 51 compared to 50. Focus actually benefiting just a little bit more as the Tauren Chieftain does get to level 5. And level 3 Shockwave could change things up. It really is going to depend on the number of Spellbreakers that Blade has. And that is a large number of Spellbreakers in that frontline position. The casters in the back are vulnerable, but the Spellbreakers can really hold their own in these battles. Archmage, Beastmaster, both of these could also get to level 5 here in just a second, as the Farseer is still sitting at level 4. Tauren Chieftain, oh, what's going to go down here? If he actually comes down to the south, going to spot all of this, and here is the engagement. Tauren Chieftain, Shockwave misses the majority of the casters in the backfield. Dire Wolves now trying to engage, quickly get disenchanted by the Priest as the Tauren Chieftain goes straight after the Archmage. Archmage now raining down Blizzard on across multiple units there. Shockwave hits a lot of casters. Scroll of Healing counteracts it as the Farseer unable to launch another Chain Wave or Chain Lightning follow-up attack. More attacks going through. Archmage is in trouble. Scroll of Town Portal not used in time. Archmage falls over as... well, without the Blizzard, what's going to happen? There are a bunch of low hit point Spirit Walkers in the backfield, though. Level 3 Spirit Wolves deal a large amount of damage, but somehow all of these Spirit Walkers are still battling it out. Beastmaster is still right here. With a Potion of Invulnerability, Spellbreakers could just turn back around, go after these units, and that would be a tremendous blow again. What is going on? A little bit of blinders by Blade to try and retrain up the Archmage, as opposed to going after 3 units that were sub 150 hit points. Expansion already underway by Focus. Meanwhile, Blade does not have one as of yet, and that is good news for Focus if he can survive this upcoming fight. Kodo Beast, what is going on here? Is he going to be able to get away? Spirit Wolves are in position. There is the Blizzard raining down. Shockwave going across multiple units. Archmage just standing still, taking far too much damage again. As you can take a look, the invisible Spirit Wolves are an absolute threat. You can see they are a little bit slowing up this army, and the Archmage says, you know what? I do not want 2 critical striking Spirit Wolves to be the death of me. Tauren Chieftain bringing up the rear. Unholy Aura. You can take a look. Tauren Chieftain does have a Potion of Mana. And, well, let's see what's going to happen here. Archmage gets to level 5. Tauren Chieftain does use a Scroll of Speed. There's the Chain Lightning finishing off the Archmage. Tauren Chieftain, is he going to try and use a Shockwave? No, it's not. Too many spell immune units. No, never mind. Goes after it anyways. Has a Tauren Chieftain. Has Resurrection. And the Tauren Chieftain says, you know what? I will go toe-to-toe with you. I don't care. There is the GG. Focus takes the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.